Hello everyone. So let's look at the LeetCode September challenge. Day 1 problem. Largest time for given digits. Given an array of 4 digits, return the largest 24-hour time that can be made. The smallest time is 4 zeros and the largest is 2359. Great. Okay. So return the answer as a string of length 5. Basically you just want to put that colon in the middle. Forget about that for now. Let's look at the examples they've given us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Largest time that you can make. First we have our hours, okay, 2 hours, HH, and then the minutes, MM. Now you will know this, like everyone knows the time. The maximum time in hours can be 24. So can be 23, right? The upper limit is 24. And the upper limit for minutes is 60. So there are 60 minutes, right? So basically we want to maximize the hours first. And then we want to maximize the minutes. So one way to do this would be to write a recursive solution and do backtracking or calculate all the permutations and go through those and find the maximum one. Now we know that there are only 4 elements, so why should we have the overhead of the recursive stack and all? Let us just pick the 4 elements one by one. Okay, first we'll pick the leftmost element, then we'll pick the next element, so we'll get the complete hours, then we'll pick the first element over here, and then we'll pick this element. So if it's not possible, like with these values, it's not possible to create any valid time since 5, 5, 5, 5. So can I create any valid hours? 55 is not a valid hour. It's greater than 23. So let's go about this. First, we want to pick the first digit. So basically what we'll do to pick the first digit is, let's have a for loop, okay, which will go through all the digits. I'll call him h1 and I'll call this a. No need of that, sorry. So having 4 for loops will not make the complexity very bad, since the recursive was also going to call out all permutations, and maybe there's a backtracking solution where you don't go inside that recursive call when it's not a valid time. So we'll simulate that in the for loops as well. Okay, firstly I know that these values, they have to be, for the R1, they have to be 0, 1 or 2. 0, 1 or 2. So if R1 value is less than 3, then we'll go ahead. Now this will get very nested, so I'll just write if AH1 greater than 2, okay, then continue. You got this, it means the same thing, right? Basically if this is greater than 2, don't go down that DFS. Now let's pick the next digit for h2 equal to 0, h2 plus plus. This is the simplest way to write it, right? If I wrote it in the recursive way, maybe we could have just have these cases, no need of writing for loops again and again. But here, the first thing I want is, don't pick the same digit that you've already picked, right? So that would be not a different permutation. That would cause an error. So the same thing, if h1 is equal to h2, then you want to continue. Another one, if now in the second position, you can have any number if your first position was 0 or 1. Yeah, the hours could be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But if you had selected 2 in the first position, your hours can only be 0, 1, 2, 3. So if AH1 equals to 2 and AH2 greater than 3, then again not possible, not a valid time. So worst case of 4 for loops would be right now 256, since we're checking all the probabilities, right? 4 raised to 4. but again that would be happen in the normal solution, but these continues are making it a backtracking solution, right? Kind of. Now, great, we've selected all the hours. Let's go for minutes. For the first minute, another thing to note, since this condition is there, the for loops do not execute completely. So he'll execute 4 times. In the worst case, let's say 0, 0, 0, 0. Then he'll execute 3 times. Then he'll execute 2 times, and then he'll execute once. So it becomes 4 factorial, right? But still, the complexity is not that bad, right? 24. Now, the minute. Again, if it is same as any of the previous values, continue. Don't go down that path. If h1 equal to m1 or h2 equal to m1. Otherwise, what do you notice about this position here? This position can never be bigger than 5. The minutes, okay, cannot be 72, right? Because there are only 60 minutes in 1 hour. So that has to be if a minute 1 greater than 5. Continue, that's not a valid time. Now finally for the last one, minute 2. Again in minute 2, first we'll check if it's already visited. If it's an already visited time, then don't do anything over there. h1 is minute 1, minute 2. These are the indexes, right? The same index you cannot select twice. Continue, and otherwise no problem. Whatever the value is there is fine, right? So that's it. Let us take that value and consider it as one of our answers. Here we selected the first value first. So now finally our answer, let's store it in an integer of size 4, of length 4. Okay, like let's just store it as an integer, since 2300 will always be bigger than, let's say, 1100. So I'm just going to store it as an integer for now. Later we'll convert it into a string. Int time equals to, in the start, 0, 0, 0, right? Or should I store it as a string? Let me see that. Now I've got it. I have to just put it inside the format of an integer. Current time is R1, okay, plus, wait, there'll be some multipliers, AR2 plus A M1 plus A M2. Now A M2 will not have any multiplier. Here the position is into 1, he will be into 10, and he will be into 100. You get what I'm doing? I'm converting it into a decimal number. 10 raised to 3, 10 raised to 3. Yeah. Now, if current greater than the time, okay, the best time till now, that's one of our answers. So, string ans equals to this. Now, current is the better time. Let's update our answer. So, answer equals. So, let's see. What I did was, instead of doing that, continuously updating the answer over here, I just store all the best h1, h2 and m1, m2 times in the best array, right? Now, anytime you get a good time, as I explained, in the end I just check if the time is -1, means I did not find anyone, and otherwise I'm using the toString function to make each character, so that is h1, h2, m1, m2, to avoid that error of getting the 0. Now this is accepted and it is fairly fast. Now the others are using this previous permutation, next permutation, but that's a built-in function and we have coded this all on our own, so that's fine. Thank you for watching. I'll go over the solution once more in just like a minute. Storing the best value, best time over here. This is the answer basically. And in the start, we'll say that our time has a value of -1 and our answer is empty. We want to pick the first digit, the R1, H1. If it's greater than 2, you cannot pick it. Now you want to pick the second digit, RH2. If it's the same digit, you cannot pick it, so it's another digit, okay? If the first digit was a 2, the second digit cannot be greater than 3, okay? That's all safe. Pick the first minute. Don't pick the same thing again, that's fine. And it should not be greater than 5, since our minutes cannot be more than 59. Great. The second minute, don't pick the same one again, and that's it. Second minute can be anything, right? 50, 51, 59, so that 0 to 9, anything. Now, this is our current time. I'm just multiplying by 100 and 1000 just to compare, nothing else. Compare if it's greater than the best time, which is -1 in the start. If it is, update the best values. In the end, convert the best array into a string with a colon between 0, 1 and 2, 3 and return it. Thank you, and let's do the entire September challenge. Great. Memory is also fine, I think. Yeah, memory is fine. It's not best because we're using best array and all. I think the video is over, right? You can see the backtracking solutions and all, but this one is really clean because we just have 4 elements, 4 nested loops. That's it. Pick one digit at a time. Thank you.